his stock material?
No, he's not.
Okay, he is, dude.
No. Ask Ray.
It's better than Travis. Wait, repeat that. Say that.
Better than Travis Scott.
Okay.
Yes, he is, but not on numbers, bro. Not on numbers. Say it. Not even close to Travis Scott.
Okay. Okay.
No. He's tripping on that one, bro.
So
He's better than him, yes, but when it comes to numbers and impact, he's not.
Now, who is in Uzi's bracket? Like, who's in Uzi? Like, you know how everybody levels, like, Drake is at the top. No one on Drake level, absolutely nobody. That's tier 1. That's God. That's the higher being. Now, who's on tier 2? Who's with Uzi? Yes.
Hell yeah. Matter of fact, tripping on his level.
You're comparing him by music, by just like, okay.
I can guarantee you, Jordan. I can guarantee you.
Named for the legendary coach and co-founder of the Bengals, here's a good look at Paul Brown Stadium on the riverfront in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the San Francisco 49ers. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Got it. 54. 10 Lobo.
Check. Watch 54. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Check pilot. 64. Weak.
Check your hot read.
Hey, exit. Lead grip.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And a huge return all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Boy, an aggressive play call to start this game. It backfired, but aggressive, no question about that.
Is that one of those statement calls? Trying to let you know that they're going to be aggressive right out of the gate. But that one hung up just a little bit too long. He made a nice play on the ball defensively and was able to pick it off.
15 for the Niners there and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Opening minute, and already a trip to the red zone. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Now Mostert. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Jesse Bates, who led the Bengals in tackles as a rookie, there to make the stop. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I'm going to run you over.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. From the gun, it's Garoppolo.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day.
Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete.
Terrific coverage in the end zone that time. Forced him out of the pocket to his right. I thought maybe try and run it there, but no one came open for him. Nice job by the defense of not getting out of their lanes.
CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Not the way they wanted to begin things. You had the interception on the first play of the game. The good news, it only led to 3 points.
And remember our conversation with him prior to the ball game? He said they had something special designed for the first play. It didn't hit. Let's see if he can rebound from it and not let it get him down.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
twist. General West.
Second and 14. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. Going deep downfield for Ross. And it's knocked away and incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Turn that time, and the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Taking a shot for Samuel. He's got it at the 15. 39 yards there, a big one.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Good job, D. That's right. Here we go.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Hey, gun. Come to me, it's me.
Here's Mostert, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through, and that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
I'm coming.
Check 37. Check 37.
Now Joe Mixon. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down, Mixon. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. This is Mostert. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. 6-0 our score after one.
Here we go. Watch the pass. Here we go.
Mostert. And some room to roam now. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
Well, that's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
In your face.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The Bengals drive about to get going, and still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
Shift. Hey, Echo. Ready?
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D. Ford. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. 2nd and long. And unsuccessful there, trying to dump it underneath. That'll bring up 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He's got his man, Boyd. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his first touchdown of the new season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and it's now 13-7. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
And now the throw hauled in by Green. And down inside the 15 he goes. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Game situation. Let's go. Recon, 132 fighter. Come.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that, because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
They go play action here on first down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. A minute 55 left to go in the first half of play. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Nick Bosa in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down. They'll look to throw here. He gets this one to Boyd. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is fourth down.
No chance. Shift. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. X3, 218, chopper. Mike 5-4. Bandit.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. And Bullock will put this one through, and that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. A good gain there on first down. That run will get them 7 up to the 32-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Garoppolo, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
I got you.
Garoppolo looks to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Keep playing hard.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again. Mike's 50.
2nd and 10.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Here we go. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Here we go. Hey, gun. Man, I got you. Man, 21.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Oh, he's got a little daylight. 20. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Raheem Mostert, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They'll stay on the ground, mixing again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. He'll drop to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that is incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Play action. Garoppolo. Flushed out right. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Here we go.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
11, 21.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he comes back with one complete. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
Here we go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
11. Mike 55. Go.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They'll run it now out of the gun.
It's going to be a long day.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A big play there on the catch and run, 42 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 2nd and goal, Garoppolo escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
White. Pilot, 64, weak. Black. Bravo.
Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal.
Double up.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
SOS. Hey, lock it. SOS.
Again, it's Mixon. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Back.
He'll look to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Eric Armstead able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 30. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Cincinnati. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. Garoppolo. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. To throw is Garoppolo. And this is incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, and it's third down. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Now Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So after the loss of down, they'll come up here with a second and goal. Coleman now. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. Third and goal.
25, check 25, check 25. Shit. 21.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 33. And the return will stop right around the 25. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. The Niners on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Carl Lawson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will swell the lead to 16. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
59.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Green brings it in. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. As his guys are able to pull a bit closer. They'll set up to throw. And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. And to give this time to the tailback. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals will get it at the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 40, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Danny. I got this. Hey, alert 3.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Von Bell up to make the tackle. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Shim! Hey, gun. Slam! Under 10!
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. It's a gain of 3 there, and that should be just about all she wrote.
No.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Tevin Coleman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. And logo. Mike, check. 59. Ready?
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for San Francisco, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.